The NBA world is giving Jalen Brunson a lot of respect right now, including former NBA champion with the Miami Heat, Udonis Haslem, who recently went on his podcast and spoke about Jalen Brunson and his impact. He also said that Jalen Brunson used to give him nightmares. We're going to break down exactly what he said, and we're also going to take a look at the Team USA roster. They are currently finalizing that roster, and Jalen Brunson is apparently high on their list to be added to it. We're going to break down this and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now and make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Former NBA champion with the Miami Heat, Udonis Haslem, said that guarding Jalen Brunson actually gave him nightmares. He also made some other comments about Jalen Brunson and his impact for the New York Knicks. Let's break down exactly what he said by reviewing this clip. Roll it.
What's this guy? I think Brunson. Is it Brunson
Brunson.
point guard?
Man,
Bruh,
he give me
I love
nightmares.
it, man. I'm a point guard too, so I love his game.
Man,
bro.
give me nightmares, man.
Man, he different, bro.
I don't know.
He came out of nowhere too, though, man.
Man,
I'm
the
like,
man
bro.
got all the moves.
Yeah.
All the moves.
He didn't need a lot of time to speak about Jalen Brunson, though I can't really blame him. It was very clear how he felt about him by his facial expressions and his body language. And also, he stated, Jalen Brunson gave him nightmares. He has all the moves. All of the moves. Can't deny that. Draymond Green, who recently played against him and spoke about him on his podcast, said that Jalen was a 3-level scorer. He can score at every single level that the NBA has to offer. And I absolutely agree with that. And we have multiple NBA champions coming out and speaking about Jalen Brunson. I think that's the more important fact here. But let's go back to what Haslem said, because like you guys, I'm sure you were wondering the exact same thing. When did Udonis Haslem guard Jalen Brunson? It definitely wasn't this version of Jalen Brunson that he ever guarded. So he possibly guarded Jalen Brunson when he was part of Dallas. That could have happened. Either way, I'm sorry to say, I don't recall any game where Haslem was guarding Jalen Brunson. But like I said, maybe it did happen in Dallas. And if it did, I still take what he says to the bank. He is a former NBA champion. He played in this league for a very long time, played with the Miami Heat, has a lot of respect around this league. There's a reason his show is called the OG Show, because he is an OG in this league. So when he does say something about a player, any NBA player, you listen, you want to hear what he has to say. And he gave a lot of praise to Jalen Brunson. The fact that he said that Jalen has all the moves is showing 100% respect to Jalen Brunson, his game, and his impact for the New York Knicks. He doesn't play for Miami. He doesn't have to be very happy with Jalen Brunson. He doesn't have to give him all of this praise, but he's doing so. And he's doing so because Jalen is making him do it. Jalen is making the NBA world legitimately praise him and give him respect through his play, his hustle, and his phenomenal footwork. Every single time you turn on ESPN, you look at Bleacher Report, you look at all of these news outlets, there's likely an article about the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson, his impact, and the fact that he's turned the Knicks into laughingstock to contender. He's not done it by himself. He's had a lot of help doing so. Help from the front office with Leon Rose, Gerson Rosas, Worldwide West. He's had help with Tom Thibodeau, help with Julius Randle, help with Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. I could keep going on. It's not an individual show, but the reason he's highlighted the most is because he's doing things that nobody expected. Everybody knew that Jalen Brunson was going to be good. We thought he could run his own team, but did we expect this? Did we expect this level of play, this level of leadership? Never. But that's what we're getting from Jalen Brunson right now. It is a sight to see. It is something to talk about. Everybody's basically talking about it right now. And as a Knicks fan, it makes me very happy. It brings me joy to hear so much compliments and so much praise about Jalen and the New York Knicks. I have been waiting years to see a Knicks team like this. A Knicks team that is competitive. A Knicks team that is a legit contender. Not only this year, but if they stay together for many years to come. And now we finally have it. And the head of the snake is Jalen Brunson. He has all the moves. He's getting a ton of respect. He's getting a lot of praise, and he absolutely deserves it. A lot of games this season, he has put New York on his back. and he's been one of the main reasons we've gotten the victory. He deserves all of this respect, all of this praise. He is a legit all-star in this league, and he's knocking on that door of superstardom. We are watching Jalen Brunson turn into a superstar right before our eyes. You can mark this season as Jalen Brunson's superstar season because that's what he's achieved, at least in my eyes, for this year. He is doing everything you want him to do and then some. There is no way you can find a complaint about Jalen Brunson today. He is playing at another level, a level nobody, including myself, ever expected. But I am so happy he's doing it for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson is on the high list to represent Team USA this summer in Paris. For me, I love hearing things like this, especially the official Team USA team that's going to have all of the all-stars, all of the superstars on it. It's not going to be, well, we couldn't get this player, or this player, so we settled on Jalen Brunson. It's going to be, well, we got all of these guys, and Jalen Brunson can help this team get better because of who he is, his style of play, and his impact. Let's take a look at what Steph Bondy recently reported for the New York Post regarding Jalen and the fact that he is high on the list for Team USA as a potential candidate to join the team. According to Steph Bondy, Jalen Brunson is high on the list of potential players to represent the United States at the Olympics, according to USA coach Steve Kerr. According to Kerr, there's a reason he's on our list because he's great player, high character, a leader. He's everything you want as a player. He's high on our list, and he's definitely somebody we're considering. Brunson is part of a 41-player pool that needs to get cut down to 12 before the games this summer in Paris. There are obvious locks for the 12-man team, assuming health. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, and Kawhi Leonard. After that, Brunson will battle with the group that includes Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, Trae Young, Jimmy Butler, James Harden, and Tyrese Halliburton. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this information about Jalen Brunson and him being a candidate for Team USA this summer. That is quite the star-studded list that could potentially be the starting unit for that Team USA team. If you take a look at it again, you got names like LeBron James, KD, Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards, AD, Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard. If Jalen Brunson joins that team and he's able to bring home gold with that roster, it is going to be something to say about Jalen and another accolade to add to his trophy case, because that is something to say if you get to play with that type of star-studded list. You don't ever get to do that in your career. Almost never. If Jalen gets to do that, it's going to be another major accolade to add to his trophy case. And I would love for Jalen Brunson to have that. It would mean a lot for Jalen, for the city of New York, the Knicks, but especially the entire league. Everybody benefits if Jalen Brunson makes that roster. And here's why. Remember a lot of people calling him undersized a few years ago. Still made All-Star, though. Still knocking on the door of superstardom. If he makes Team USA with this type of team, all of these stars part of that team, it'll say a lot about Jalen Brunson and where he falls within that star-studded lineup. Because for me, if that happens, he absolutely checks the box of superstar player. He brings home gold. He will check the box even more for a superstar player. Not a lot of players in the NBA have the chance to go to the Olympics, win gold, and come back home and talk about it. If Jalen gets to do that, it'll be a life-changing moment. A moment that's remembered for all time. When you're gone and you're not even here anymore, these moments will be remembered. That's why it's so important, and that's why it's so special. I hope and pray Jalen makes this team. He deserves to make this team. And if you're looking at the pool of people that he's surrounded by, that he has to beat out in order to join this team, I think he has a very good shot. Let's take a look again. Kyrie, Dame, and Donovan. All of those guys, they're definitely legit competition. Those guys are having great seasons thus far, so I understand why they're on this list. But let's keep going here. After those guys, you have Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I understand it. But honestly, you had your time. You had your chance. I don't think you should be included on this list, in my opinion. Going forward here, Trae Young, Jimmy Butler, and James Harden. Trae Young, given what you've been doing for your team this season, I don't think you should be on that list. James Harden, I don't think you should be on that list, given how many times you switched teams. No offense, but I think we're good there. And then you got Tyrese Halliburton. And shout out to Tyrese. He's been balling out, playing great this year. And if the Pacers make a lot of noise in the play-in, or maybe they get a secured playoff spot, maybe he is going to be somebody to watch on this list. But as of right now, I think it's a great case to make that Jalen Brunson should definitely make this team over some of the players in that pool with him. And if he does, I'm going to be happy about it. I'm going to celebrate it because for me, this is something significant and it matters. And I think it would definitely matter for Jalen Brunson, and it would mean something to him if he was selected and chosen to represent Team USA this summer. To quote a great NBA announcer, Jalen Brunson was born to play basketball. And I absolutely believe that. He is somebody who defines hard work and consistency. The game he has, you don't get that game for practicing a few days each and every week. You get that by putting in so much time and effort to your game, your craft, and what you do. And this is the result. An all-star knocking on the door of superstardom in Jalen Brunson. Jalen, you are magnificent. You deserve all the respect and all the accolades you're going to get. And I hope you make Team USA. You, my friend, absolutely deserve it. But what about you guys? What do you think about Udonis Haslem's comments about Jalen Brunson and his impact for New York? What about Jalen Brunson potentially making Team USA? What are your thoughts on that? Leave a comment below and let me know because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.